In the diagram above, triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, and BD is perpendicular to AC. AD is equal to 24 centimeters, and BD is equal to 18 centimeters. Here, they want us to find the length AB. Now, where's AB? Well, this is the length AB. And notice here that we have a right angle triangle. We know what this is. This is 18. And we know what this side is. We know that this side is 24 centimeters. But what is the side of what is the length of the hypotenuse? What is the measurement of this side? And that's what we have to figure out. Now, in order to do this, we have to use this useful formula, which is Pythagoras theorem, which states that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Here, a is 18. And so this side, right? So this side right here, this side is A, right? And this side is B, right? This is B. And C is the missing side, all right? So C is the missing side, all right? And so our goal is to figure out what is C. And so since A is equal to 16, since A is equal to 18 centimeters, since A is equal to 18 centimeters, we put 18 right here, and so it's 18 squared, and B is 24 centimeters, so we have B squared or 24 squared. And so we have C squared is equal to 18 squared plus 24 squared. We say 18 squared is 324, and 24 squared is going to be 576. And when we add them, we get that C squared is equal to 900. So C squared is going to be equal to 900. Now, in order to be able to figure out what is C, we're going to take the square root of both sides. So we take the square root of both sides of this equation. So we cancel this and we cancel that. And so we get that C is equal to the square root of 900. Now, what is the square root of 900? Now, the square root of 900 is going to be 30. So that means that C is equal to 30. And so that means that the length AB is equal to 30 centimeters. And that's the answer. The length AB is equal to 30 centimeters. Next, we have to figure out or to find out BAD, correct to the nearest whole number. Now, BAD is an angle. And so they really want us to zero in on this angle that's in the middle, angle A. And so we have BAD, and we have to write that. We have to find we have to find the size of angle BAD, and we have to write our answer correct to the nearest whole number. And so where is BAD? So this is B, all right, this is A, and this is D. So we're zeroing in on this particular triangle, and we're looking at A. This angle A is what we're trying to find. And so that's going to be theta. And so since this is theta, the angle that is opposite to theta is going to be the opposite side. So the opposite side is 18 centimeters. And the side that is opposite the right angle is going to be the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is 30 centimeters. And we have the adjacent side, which is 24 centimeters. Now, since we have all three sides, we could use any one of the three trig ratios, but I'm going to use tangent. And the reason why I'm going to use tangent is because I want to use the adjacent and the opposite because those two sides were given to us. Now, 30 we had to find, and I don't want to use the measurement that we found. Now, it's not wrong to use it, but I prefer and I'm more comfortable with using numbers. The numbers are the values that they already gave us in the diagram. And so since we have an option, let's use the numbers that they gave us. And so we have tan theta. So tan theta is going to be opposite over adjacent. The opposite is 18 centimeters and the adjacent is 24 centimeters. So we have tan theta is going to be equal to 18 divided by 24. And so what we have to do here is we have to figure out what is theta. And in order to do that, we're gonna apply tan inverse to both sides of this equation. And so we have tan inverse of tan theta, which is equal to tan inverse of 18 over 24. Next, we cancel this with that. And so we are left with theta is equal to tan inverse of 18 over 24. And when we apply the tan inverse, we get 36.86989765. And so that is our answer, but we have to write our answer correct to the nearest whole number. And so we look at this 8, since 8 is, once it's 5 or greater, you can add 1. And so we add 1 to 6, and so that means that we have 37. So theta is going to be equal to 37 degrees. And so that means that angle BAD, correct to the nearest whole number, is 37 degrees. And that's the answer for this part. Next, our goal is to find angle BCD. Now, when they say angle BCD, they want us to zero in on the angle that's in the middle. And so this is angle C right here, and they want us to determine what is the size of this angle BCD. Here we still have a right angle triangle. And so what we have to do is we have to determine how we're going to get this angle, right? Angle C. Now notice here, by the working that I have that we have to take 180 and subtract it with 90 plus 37. But why is that the case? And the reason why that's the case is because notice that we have this triangle, all right? We have this triangle right here, all right? And so if we notice that, if we look at this triangle, we see that we know what is the size of this angle, right? We know the size of this is 37. We also know that the size of this is 90, and we know it's 90 because of the box. And so this right here, the size of this angle, right? The size of let me put it. The size of this angle is 90 degrees, okay? This is 90 degrees. And so what we have here is we have to determine what is C, all right? What is C? Now, this is a triangle. And what do we know about the angles in a triangle? Well, the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. And so if we know that this is 90 and we know that this is 37 and we know that all of them add up to 180 degrees, well, what we have to do is we have to take 90 and 37, add them up, and then subtract that sum from 180 to get what C is. And so let's do that. So we have 180 minus 90 plus 37, and that 90 plus 37 is 127. And so we have 180 minus 127, and that gives us 53 degrees. And so that means that angle BCD is equal to 53 degrees. Next, our goal is to find the length of BC correct to 3 significant figures. And so this is the length of BC, all right, the length BC. We already know that this is 18 centimeters. We do not know what BC is, but we really want to figure out what is BC, all right? And we know that this is 53 degrees. And so in order to do this, what we have to do is we're going to use trig ratios. We use one of them. And so let's label our triangle. So this right here, 53 degrees is theta. And the opposite angle to theta is the opposite side, which is 18 centimeters. The opposite side to the right angle is the hypotenuse. So this is the hypotenuse, and this is the adjacent. And so notice here that we have what the opposite is, right? So we have the opposite, and we need to find the hypotenuse. So we have the opposite, and we need to find the hypotenuse. And so the most appropriate trig ratio to use is sine, because it involves the opposite and the hypotenuse. And so because we have the opposite, but we're trying to find the hypotenuse. And so it's best that we use sine of theta. And so we have sine of theta is going to be equal to opposite over the hypotenuse. We know that theta is 53 degrees. We know that the opposite is 18. And the hypotenuse, we do not know what that is. That's BC. We do not know the actual length. That's what we're trying to find. And so what we need to do is we need to put sine of 53 over 1, and then we're going to cross multiply. We say that x multiplied by sine of 53. So x times sine of 53 equals to 18. Next, we divide both sides of this equation by sine of 53. And we cancel this with that. And so we get that x is equal to 18 over sine of 53. And 18 divided by sine of 53 is definitely 22.538444185. Now we have to write our answer correct to three significant figures. This is a significant figure. This is the first one. This is the second significant figure. And 5 is the third significant figure. We look at the number to the right of 5, and that is 3. So that means that once it's less than 5, we cannot round up. And so we just have it as 22.5. So x is equal to 22.5, which means that the length BC, correct to three significant figures, is 22.5 centimeters. And that's the answer. BC is going to be equal to 22.5 centimeters. And that's the answer to this question.